Assalamu alaikum students. Today our topic is electromagnetism and subtopic is electromagnetic induction. SLOs of these topics are: describe an experiment to show that a changing magnetic field can induce EMF in a circuit. Second SLO is describe factors affecting the magnitude of an induced EMF. Third SLO is describe the direction of an induced EMF opposes the change causing it. What is electromagnetic induction? The process of generating an induced current in a circuit by changing the number of magnetic line of force passing through it is called electromagnetic induction. Induced current means without the physical contact, just induce without the touching the wire to the magnet. We can understand the concept of electromagnetic induction with the help of this Faraday's experiment. In this experiment, you see this picture, a zero-centered galvanometer. G is written, a coil, a magnet, and this is the wire or solenoid. When a magnet is pushed into the solenoid like this, there is a change in magnetic field lines linking the solenoid. The needle of the galvanometer shows deflection. When we pushed in the magnet into the solenoid, there is a deflection in the galvanometer, which produces an EMF, induced EMF. This induced EMF drives the current in the circuit, causing the pointer of the galvanometer deflects momentarily. When the magnet is stationary, inside the coil or solenoid, there is no induced EMF and hence no current detected by the galvanometer. The experiment showed that induced current or induced EMF is produced in the coil due to the changing magnetic field in the solenoid. This process is called electromagnetic induction. We can also understand this the process of electromagnetic induction with the help of these activities. In this diagram, this is a solenoid, sensitive or zero-centered galvanometer attached in this, okay, and a stationary magnet is near the coil. You see, this magnet is near the coil. In this experiment, no battery is connected to the coil, hence no EMS found in the coil. When we place the magnet near the coil, there is no EMF induced or no deflection in the galvanometer. In the second figure, you see when we push the magnet or move the magnet towards the solenoid, north pole of the magnet, you see north pole of the magnet, there is a deflection in the galvanometer. It shows the deflection in the galvanometer and the needle is at one point, right? When the magnet is moving towards the coil, an electric current is induced simultaneously. And the direction of the current is anti-clockwise. You see, this is the direction of the current, anti-clockwise. All right. In this diagram, when the magnet is moving faster, the induced current is more. In the previous slide, the needle is at 1. Now needle is at 2 because the magnet is moving faster. Okay, forward, backward, the frequency of the magnet is high, then the induced current is also more. So if we move the magnet faster, then the induced current is also more. Again, the direction of the induced current is anti-clockwise if we place the north pole of the magnet towards the solenoid. Over here, when the magnet is not moving, no current is induced, even though the magnetic flux is linked with the coil closely. In this diagram, The magnetic line of force passing through the solenoid or magnetic flux is passing through the solenoid, but there is no induced current in the galvanometer because the magnet is not moving. Electromagnetic induction, another activity regarding to the electromagnetic induction. A magnetic field can be used to produce current when the wire is moved across the magnetic field. In the previous slide, we moved the magnet and the wire is or solenoid is stationary. But in this slide or in this figure, the magnet is stationary and wire or conductor is moving. So when the wire is moved across the magnetic field, a small EMF or voltage is created. This is called electromagnetic induction or EMF is induced. Induced EMF is increased by moving wire faster, using a stronger magnet or increasing length of the wire. What are the factors affecting the magnitude of the induced EMF can be this can be demonstrated by the following. When the magnet moves at a faster speed in or out of the coil, the magnitude of the induced current is increased. First factor is speed. The speed is affected on the magnitude. Faster speed, greater induced EMF. Okay. Second factor is when a stronger magnet is used, the magnitude of the induced current is increased. Third is when the number of turns in the coil is increased, the magnitude of the induced current is also increased. Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. The electromagnetic force induced or EMF induced in a conductor is proportional to the rate of change of magnetic lines of force linking the circuit. Rate means we are comparing magnetic lines with the time. So rate of change of magnetic lines of force linking the coil, the circuit. This is called Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Lenz's law. Lenz's law, the direction of the induced EMF and hence the induced current in a closed circuit is always such that its magnetic effect opposes the motion or change producing it. This is the statement of the Lenz's law. According to this law, see the picture. There is a solenoid. When you plug in the south pole, there is near the solenoid, near the magnet, there is south pole, south seeking pole, and the direction of the induced EMF or induced current is clockwise. You see the direction of induced current is clockwise and needle deflects towards the left. Magnet plugged into the coil, induced current makes near south pole and the south pole, and this is the direction of current is clockwise when the south pole is near to the solenoid. When the south pole is moving away from the solenoid, so here north seeking pole appears and the direction of the arrows you see outwards and the inwards, and the direction of this induced current is upward. This is anti-clockwise. So needle of the galvanometer deflects towards the right. Induced current makes near and the B north pole, right? Here north pole or here south pole. So in the previous slide, we plugged in the north pole and the north pole plugged in and north pole plugged out. Or in this slide, we plugged in the south pole and plugged out south pole. So in the case of south pole plugged in, then the direction of current is clockwise, or plugged out, direction of the current is anti-clockwise. If you will take north pole over here and plugged it in, then the direction of the current is anti-clock direction, and if the north pole is plugged out, then the direction of the current is clockwise. Okay, so Lenz's law states that the direction of the induced EMF and hence the induced current in a closed circuit is always such that its magnetic effect opposes the motion or change produced in it. Actually, uh, Faraday's law gives us the magnitude of the induced EMF, whereas Lenz's law gives us the direction of the induced EMF. So keep in your mind Lenz's law and principle of conservation of energy. This is the relation between Lenz's law and principle of conservation of energy. According to the conservation of principle, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Only energy can be transformed. As the bar magnet approaches towards the coil due to production of current in the coil, similar pole is created in the front surface of the coil, which opposes the forward motion of the magnet. Again, when north pole of the magnet moves away from the red dissimilar pole, creates on the front surface of the coil and an attractive force act is between the coil and the magnet. So work is done against the repulsive force during forwarding motion and an attractive force act during backward motion. In order to do this work, mechanical energy is which transformed in electrical energy in the coil. Consequently, current flows in the coil. So it is seen that in case of electromagnetic induction, Lenz's law conservation principle of energy. Lenz's law obeys the principle of energy conservation. The mechanical work done is moving the magnet close to the coil, changes into electrical energy, which then produces induced current. Thank you, students. I hope you can understand the electromagnetic induction, Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, and Lenz's law of electromagnetic induction.